Hey everyone, Scott with Air Gunner Review. So I got some exciting news today about the AEA Defender 2.0 and the original AEA Defender, which you may have just laying around someplace. Get it back out. Let's do some mods to it. I think you're going to like what you see here. I did color it, and because, I didn't really, I got to be honest with you. You know what this kind of looks like? It kind of looks like I'm shooting somebody with my dull light. So I dyed it black just because of that reason. But this thing has always haunted me. I always hated it. I hated these little springs that were in here. This never really shot very well. With mine, if I shot the first shot and then I'd get a bounce with the firing pins and the second one would go off too. This has haunted me, plagued me for a long time. I never cared for it. Now, Cody at PneumaticFanatic has fixed all kinds of issues. He fixed it with the 2.0 and the 1.0. First thing he came out, which I have another video on it, and you can see it's in my back pocket, is my first AEA Defender. And look at this little guy right here. And the air cartridges are all loaded in there. This little guy I found to be really nice. Very compact, still gives me quite a bit of power, and this is the 1.0. Now for the 2.0, he's also done another pocket pistol, and he's changed the grip, he's changed the length of this here, so you can make it just a little smaller in some ways, but he sturdied up the frame, which is awesome. So now your firing pins, you don't get those double fires like I used to get. I like to use the 1.0 little canisters like this. They'll give me a lot less problem. So mine actually, even though it's a 2.0 version, I'm only using the 1.0. I'm still getting a lot of power. So what do we have here? A less lethal. And I really like my less lethal pistol. And he also made it in the 2.0 that is not so less lethal. We're going to look at both of these and we're going to chrony them. And the reason why I like them is because I can just carry them in my pocket. If somebody's bothering me, I can, maybe they want some money and I can reach in and say, hey, all right, how much you want? And I can pull out my less lethal pistol. And yes, it's that small. It is that tiny, but it gets some very big numbers for being as tiny as it is. And look at that little guy right here. Now, this has a wrap on here that I love, and this comes out from Gunskins. I'm going to leave a link below for those. Most of mine are wrapped in a Gunskin, and with the Gunskin, we're just going to go over that real quick. They give you a huge piece of it, and you could probably wrap 10 pistols. Anyway, with that being said, let's get back to the pistol itself. So here it is here, and how does it work? Well, look at this. Look at how nice and thick this is. This little guy is barrel matched to the Grimberg joule. Now these are the shaped ones. These are like, I think I weighed it. It's like 7.75 gram. And you stick them in just like that. That's number one. And number two. Now you can make this available for either the 1.0 or the 2.0 cartridges. And again, I really prefer the 1.0, and the numbers are big enough for me. These I've tested. I've got several of these little guys. I test them once a week. They will hold air for like 3 weeks at a time, at least 3 weeks. Once a week, I either test them or I fill them back up to make sure. I've tested these over and over and over again. I know they are reliable. You hear that little snap noise? Isn't that cool? Snap, snap. It's in there nice and solid. So now I've got my Grimberg joules in here, and I've got it loaded. Nice and solid closing. No problem. No chance of it coming out. No chance of a double fire, etc. But it's small, it's compact, and it fits in here. And we're going to chrony that baby to see what it is. Second is not so less lethal, and you can do this with 1.0 or 2.0, and again, it is again in my pocket, and it is again ready to shoot. And this is another wrap that you can get. and it's called the Strata, and I decided to use the label right there just to show it. Again, I really like these little wraps. They look nice. And Gunskins, I'm even giving them a little bit of a plug on this one. It was left over, so yeah, thought I'd use it. Anyhow, look at this little baby. Well, first of all, take a look at those barrels. They look like they are just solidly in there, and they are. They look like they belong. And again, look at the thickness of this thing. Doesn't it look awesome? It looks like a serious weapon. Yet, it's still, even though this is thick, it is not as thick as my LE. My LE is still much thicker. And if you want to look at a comparison of size, look at that. I mean, look at how much bigger that is. And it's the same way. Even my Berna SD, which is fairly small, look at that. Much smaller and still the same thinness. So the profile and everything on this is much smaller. I have in here, I am using the 2.0. No, I'm not. Okay, this one does not have the 2.0. But look at how small those are. And they fit in so snug. 81 grain JSB pellets in here. Now these are filled up to 4,500 PSI. That's it. I'm not going over that. And we're going to go out and we're going to test to see what these have. The ability of these things are awesome. This is what I call a close range. Now, you can don't get stuck with this. If you don't like this and you want to use the full barrel, if you want it to be this long, you can still get it this long with this, and that's what Cody has. I think that's what Cody's using. He likes the longer barrel. Now, let's say you want to use it the same length as the original. He can also make the original barrel lengths also. So any length barrel that you want, he can make it. If you like this style, which I love this. Now, let's compare this frame to the original frame. And this is why I'm saying it's more of a pocket gun. Now, what he's done is he's taken this away. You see that? He's taken that away. So that's all gone right there. And these are not just screws that are in here. These are bolts. So it's actually in here, right in here. All these right there, they are bolts. And you can see on the other side, they go bolt straight through. So you don't have to worry about them stripping or taking apart, having a problem with it. These babies are solid. And because they're solid, I think they even shoot, even for the 1.0, you'll be kind of impressed with the power that's coming out of this. So we're going to go outside. We're going to chrony my less lethal to show you what that is. And then this, I'm not too sure if I'm just going to chrony. I'm just going to shoot it, and I'm going to shoot it into a piece of wood and show you what kind of power you're still getting. Again, these right here, for my liking, what I really wanted this for is a pocket gun. Just something I can throw into my pocket. Less lethal here, regular here, whatever you decide you like. And if you want it longer, you can get it longer. If you want more power, you can get more power. Cody at PneumaticFanatic is amazing. Now, what happens is you take your internals out of your frame. So you open up your original AEA Defender, you take it out, and you put it into his frame. So he sends you the frames, you do the work. It took me about 15 minutes to plot. There's not much to these guys. The AEA Defender, there's not much to them at all in parts-wise. So don't be afraid to take that apart. On his YouTube channel, he has a nice view of how to do it. Very simplified. You shouldn't have any problems with that. Anyhow, let's go out to the shed. Let's beat up my metal door a little bit more because that's what I do. All right, we'll catch you in a minute. Okay, guys, we're out here. Got my 2.0 out, 4,500 PSI. We've got the 1.0 air cartridge in here, shooting an 81 grain JSB pellet, 2 of them, of course, shooting a 1/2-inch piece of pressed wood. Kind of like a shelving, very thick, very solid, and it is exactly 1/2 inch. Let's see what happens. I'm going to actually put a piece of sheetrock up there too that I've been shooting at, just in case I miss it. There we go. 10 feet away, which is about what this little pocket guy, that's what I wanted it for. I'm not going to be shooting 20 feet away. This is something I want to stop somebody close range. 10 feet is more than what I would even probably do. I'd probably give somebody a benefit of the doubt, let them come up to me a little closer, depending. If they got a knife or something, then no, that wouldn't happen. Anyhow, here we go. This is not the less lethal. This is the 81 grain. Fire in the hole. Let's see what happens here. Ooh. All right, let's see what happened. Pretty good accuracy. Woohoo. Blew that guy to smithereens. 2 holes there. Those 2 holes line up with these 2 holes in the sheetrock right here. Now, they didn't quite go all the way through, but they sure did make a pretty good dent. Not too sure. Oh, here we are. Those them. Yeah. There is our pellets. All right. So that baby's got enough power for me, at least. Let me take these off, so maybe I'm not yelling at you. Anyhow, this definitely has enough power for me. I'm not looking to kill somebody. I'm looking to stop them. This is certainly going to stop them. And like again, if you want to kill somebody, use something with like 400 foot-pounds of energy. Like a Glock, that would do it. Anyhow, so the next thing up here is my less lethal version. We are lock and loaded. Now, the one thing I forgot to mention with either one of these, they no longer have a safety on them. Now, if you already own an AEA Defender, you know that these things take like a 20-pound trigger pull on these. Also, Cody has tested these in dropping them in every different way to see if it'll hit the hammer spring. It has not. It's just how he kind of designed the internals in here, just slightly different from the original AEA Defender. All right, let's back this up here a little bit to my over to my chrony, and that kind of works out pretty good right there. Let me turn on the chrony, plug it all in. Delete any strings that we had. All right, and I think you can see that. I'm going to put my little trap up. So we'll be shooting into the trap, hopefully. Again, ear protection is always welcome. All right, let's see what the less lethal has to do here. Here we go. .301, not too shabby. Shot number 2. 303. So every once in a while you get somebody like Cody in your life who can just change everything. He looks at something and he knows what's wrong with it, and he knows how to fix it, and he knows how to perfect it. And that's why I like this guy so much. And this is not sponsored. I just happen to dig what he's doing here, and he keeps constantly improving things that are just not right. And then, of course, we had the original AEA frame like this, which we know that the barrels in here were very sloppy, and they never fit in right. We used to take tape and put tape on them. just to make sure that they fit. So there's a lot of different options for you guys when it comes to your personal protection, your AEA Defender. I like all of these, to be honest with you. I like the thinness of this. It feels good in my hand. Still powerful. It's just as powerful as this one. But I really like this, and I think when pointed at someone, they're going to get the picture real quickly that they should leave you alone. So I like that. And this less lethal guy right here, amazing. And 32 joules, 2 shots. And then let's weigh this thing, because that's the other thing that's unbelievable. Because you put this in your pocket and you've got, all right, so you got 13 ounces on this. And this is loaded. This is fully loaded. It's got the 2 Grimberg projectiles in there and both canisters, both. So that is so lightweight. And now I didn't chrony this guy here. It is shooting, of course, the 35 caliber. And I shot this at 10 feet. It went nice and straight, pretty accurate. The back of it totally blown out. 1/2-inch particle board or whatever this stuff is made out of, pretty solid stuff. But so yeah, I didn't chrony it, but you can get the picture. If you shoot somebody 10 feet in front of you, that's going to hurt. Also, at this, you've got your 32 joules. Anyhow, contact Cody at PneumaticFanatic. Link below there. Like and subscribe to me. Like and subscribe to him. And as new products come out, we will let you know. Hey, Scott with Air Gunner Reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.